Over the past months, I've been getting more and more questions about all sorts of things from all different kinds of people. So a couple weeks back, I announced on my Instagram story that I will be doing my first ever Q&A video. So here we are. I have never done anything like this. I have never even bothered to use the question sticker or widget on Instagram just because I never really cared for it and I thought no one would interact with it anyways. To my big surprise, so many of you guys submitted questions. I was so happy to read through all of them. Of course, a lot of them were inappropriate and graphic and a lot of them were duplicated questions, so I filtered out the best ones to include in this video. Let's dive right in. First off, to get a certain category of questions out of the way, am I single? Yes, I am single. You can call it single by choice. Besides that, that doesn't mean I'm not having any fun. Can we date? No. Can we be friends? No, I'm joking. We're all friends. I love making new friends, but a friendship is a kind of relationship and a relationship is work. Favorite visual artist? Ooh, I like this question. What first comes to my mind is George Condo, Alfred Kubin, and Max Ernst. Do you feel like you're losing privacy by sharing some of your life online? This is another really good question. And yes and no. When I travel, maybe sometimes, because when I travel, I usually record all of it. And sometimes I would just like to, take it in by myself, not have anyone around, especially not the camera. But then again, I am very passionate about filmmaking, so turning a certain topic or a certain journey into a video comes with such a wonderful creative process that I just wouldn't want to pass on. So you guys see what I want you to see, and when I genuinely need privacy, I have privacy. Do you ever feel lost or overwhelmed? Absolutely. I feel lost and overwhelmed just as much as every other human being. It's a completely normal emotion to experience, and I've actually learned to embrace it and appreciate all the potential character development that comes from it. So yes, I feel lost and overwhelmed at times, but I don't mind. That's part of life. Favorite color? I always struggle when someone asks me this question because I always ask in return, for what? Like for a wall? White. But for clothing, I love navy blue, I love beige tones. However, overall, I've always said a specific shade of purple. I love lilac, I love a deep royal blue, I love a deep rich purple. So a blue purple will probably be what someone would call my favorite color. What's your favorite food? Probably a home-cooked meal. I do have to say I love sushi, I love seafood, but nothing tops a personal home-cooked meal that someone made the effort to create just for you. Do you edit your videos yourself? If yes, how long does it usually take you? That's a great question because I never actually talk about this. I do edit all of my videos myself. Every single YouTube video you've watched, I've spent hours and hours editing it. And since I upload every week, it's like this red thread that never stops. Currently, I'm spending 20 to 30 hours every week editing my videos because once I'm done with a video, the next one's already in line because it's coming out 7 days later. There's not really a break, but that's okay. It's a creative process, and like I said, I actually enjoy video making. However, I am planning to outsource some of my editing in the future just because I need the time for some other stuff that's going on. Why did you move to LA? Well, initially it was university. That's still going strong, but it was mainly for life and for the opportunity. I mean, I've never felt at home. I've never felt like I belonged into where I originally came from. I'm originally from Vienna, which is a very small city in Central Europe. It's very conservative. It's very cookie cutter society. And if you don't fit the norm and if you live your life without a glass ceiling, you kind of get frowned upon there. People talk shit about you and you're kind of an outcast. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't spend lunchtime eating alone in the cafeteria. I was actually more of a mean girl. But now that I have the distance and I live here in LA, this city feels more like home than Vienna ever has. Would you rather win the lottery or work the perfect job until retirement? This is a tricky question because I think every human being needs a task. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you need something that keeps you busy, something that makes you feel like you have a purpose. So of course, winning the lottery would come with a certain financial comfort, but it wouldn't fulfill. So sure, I will go with the perfect job until you die option. What state is next to explore? If I get the chance to, I would love to visit Alaska sometime soon. And I would love to explore Wyoming a little more just because I was so impressed by Yellowstone when I visited back in 2012. What's your favorite favorite flavor ice cream? Tricky. I do love coconut, but I also love the whole banana, caramel, brownie, cookie dough category. So I would say as long as it has a special twist or a crunchy factor is a huge plus point for me as well, I will love it. What's your favorite scent of candle? I don't know. I used to be the child that lit up like 5 different Bath & Body Works candles in my room to a point where you walked in and almost suffocated. So I think I kind of overdid the whole sweet category of scents. But I like the smell of lavender, I like the smell of roses. I want something clean, something sophisticated, something that just really adds a little more character to your home. And if I were to stick to a certain scented candle or a certain smell, I would want that smell to be coherent throughout the entire property. What's your biggest pet peeve? Easy. Celebrity worship and lazy people. Who do you look up to the most and why? This is actually a tricky question because I do not have a specific person I can pinpoint. It really depends on the section of my life. For example, artistically, I play the piano and I sing. So of course, I like Elton John, I like Billy Joel, but I also love Amy Winehouse because of the way she managed to lyrically communicate her emotional pain. And that's just in the music category of my life. So it really depends. There's not one single person. What is your biggest inspiration in life? The people that I love the most. My mother, my brother, certain friends. Keeping these people safe, keeping these people close, and imagining a better future with these people is what gives me hope and motivation. What always makes you smile? A nice dessert. What's the best advice you've ever heard? Now this is tricky because I believe there are certain rules in life that people have established, and if you incorporate them into your life, you can live a lot easier, a lot more organized, and a lot more successful. I have rarely experienced in a conversation that someone genuinely told me something as advice. But a certain concept or rule of life or piece of advice, whatever you want to call it, that I do strongly believe in is that if you don't commit, you will never start, and if you can't be consistent, you will never finish. Perfect example, a lot of people sign up to the gym. Now it's your responsibility to commit and to actually go consistently, to actually start going to the gym, to see a change, to push yourself, to make certain sacrifices for a better and healthier future. One painting doesn't make you a painter. Stopping halfway through is not going to finish the task. Commitment and consistency are key to almost everything. What has been the best experience of your life? My solo trip, amazing experience. Moving here, one of the best decisions I've ever made. The list goes on and on. It's really hard to pinpoint one thing again. Some of your other hobbies other than art. Well, I sing, I play the piano to it. I have a YouTube channel. I love going on daily walks. I go to the gym around 6 times a week. I love baking, I love cooking, to name a few things. Countries you want to travel to. I've barely seen any of the African continent and Oceania, but I do like to think that Australia is where the devil keeps his pets, so Africa is first in line. Why do you want to go to Mexico? What? If you added up the hours you spent on a work like a greedy playdate, how long was it? First off, guys, if you don't know, a greedy playdate is a specific artwork that I created that I did a couple of videos about. Here's the artwork. It's 60 inches long. It's a typical piece of mine, charcoal on paper, and I think I even said it in one of the videos. This work took somewhere between 150 and 200 hours, but any of my charcoal works, regardless of the size, they're not gonna take me any less than 100 hours. All right, that was the last question. Like I said, I have never done a video like this before. I don't even know if most of you care. I got a lot of submitted questions. I hope some of your questions were answered, guys. If you have any more, just drop them down below or I'll do a video like this again in a couple of months. I don't mind. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments and take care. Bye.